want to see the, what do you call them, the whites of their eyes.
And that's the first.
And I finally got them. Yeah.
Availability.
Well, that's terrible, not Cindy, darn.
Yes, we know.
After having her
I said, you
thing, my appendix last year and the infection, holy crap.
She gets mad when he was home, he never scared.
That is not a good year, rolling year.
Where's your gavel?
I think it's broken.
I thought you were trying to knock your knuckles or something.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the September meeting of the Lafayette Common Council. Please rise and join us in the pledge to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Clinker.
Here.
Nargi.
Here.
Snyder.
Present.
Reynolds.
Here.
Hessian-Weiss.
Here.
Allersmeyer.
Here.
Weiss-Williamson.
Here.
Downing. Brown.
Yep.
Corn present.
Okay, we will entertain a motion to recess for public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, the public hearing for ordinance 2022-31.
Very voice vote. Voice vote first. We need to call for a voice vote on the motion.
We'll take.
Oops. I need to have a voice vote on that recess. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Not a bad idea.
Sorry.
And now we move on. We have recessed for a public hearing for ordinance 2022-31. It's an ordinance for appropriation of local option highway user tax funds.
Mr. President, seeing none, I move we reconvene.
Thank you, sir. Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Time for approval of the minutes. I'll speak English in a minute. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move for the approval of the minutes of the August 1st meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Presentation and disposal of claims.
There are none.
Presentation of petitions and communications.
There are none.
Reports of city offices on file with the city clerk's office.
Fleet and maintenance monthly July. Waterworks department monthly July. Renew department monthly July.
Okay, please. Those things are in the city clerk's office. They are the way we spend your money. If you are interested, go check it out.
And you can look at them online.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even better. Now we move on to ordinances for second reading.
Ordinance 2022-31, an ordinance for appropriation of local option highway user tax funds. County Wheel Tax Fund 2490.
Mrs. Najee?
I move to hear ordinance 2022-31.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Mayor?
Just very quickly, since it's second reading, as you know, this is the appropriation for the wheel tax fund as part of the paving that we do throughout each and every year. Obviously, it is not enough to do all the paving that we need to do, but this is an appropriation of that amount. Overall, the paving has gone well this year. We've done long runs of 18th Street and 9th Street and several other neighborhood streets, and we hope before the year is over to begin on Cassuth Street from Earl all the way to 4th Street. So a significant amount of paving. A lot of it is actually being done in-house by the street department in an effort to save us funds due to the high cost of gasoline and oil products and asphalt-based products. So Dan Kroll and his crews have been doing a good job. Milestone's doing the other part, so we've been able to work that back and forth. We still have some areas that we will get done yet this summer on 18th and 9th, and they'll continue to work on those. But overall, it's went relatively smooth. We've also tried to do a significant amount of curb work, and we've put in over 40 curb ramps through the process of CDBG and with this paving work. So far, it's been a good summer, but there's still some work to do. But we'd appreciate the second vote on the appropriation here as we look forward in the next month and a half to finish it up. Happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions on ordinance 2022-31? From the council?
Just a comment, Mayor. It's interesting that because of the construction the last 3 years and not being able to be done, that we've had an awful lot of streets torn up because of the state, the county, the city, and federal projects. And I'm sure the rest of the council's probably gotten complaints, but most of the people have been very understanding and understand what it's been about. But I think you've done a tremendous job on the streets in Lafayette, so thank you.
You're right, there is definitely a combination of city projects and state projects inside the city right now, which just for everybody, which will continue into next year.
Yes. And I just tell everybody, give yourself an extra half hour, 45 minutes.
Or use Google Maps, right?
Oh,
Get your best,
no.
best route.
Okay, any question from the public on ordinance 2022-31? Madam Clerk, please give us a roll call vote.
Clinker.
Aye.
Nargi.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Hessian Weiss.
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Weiss Williamson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0 for second and final reading.
On to ordinances for first reading.
Ordinance 2022-32, an ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance of Tippecanoe County, Indiana to rezone certain real estate from I-3 to GB 505 South Fairby Drive, Cash Can LLC petitioner.
Mr. President, I move to hear ordinance 2022-32.
Second.
Good evening. Brad Neely with Riley, Teeter and Shire here for the petitioner, Cash Can LLC. This is a rezone 505 Fairby Drive from I-3 to GB. There's currently 2 businesses at the site, JM Dent Repair and Captain Spiffy. Captain Spiffy is a business that sells and repairs golf carts. They're looking to expand their services to include license plating. So they're looking to get a dealer's license, and that use isn't allowed under I-3, but it is under GB, which is the reason for this rezone. There's a significant amount of GB in the area, including the part to the north and to the west. We've received positive recommendation from area plan staff, as well as a unanimous vote from the board. We respectfully request your approval and happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the council?
Just, Mr. President, this is just another one of those areas that eyes around it because Caterpillar was out there, as we know, and GB is, like you said, directly north of it across the street, so it's not an unusual request.
Are there any questions, any questions from the public? There being none, Madam Clerk?
Clinker.
Aye.
Nargi.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Hessian Weiss.
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Weiss Williamson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0 for first and final reading.
Yay. On to ordinance 2022-33.
Ordinance 22-33, an ordinance to amend section 2.01.260 of the Lafayette Municipal Code, Council District.
Mr. President, I move we hear and approve ordinance 2022-33.
Second.
Okay,
Yes, we are required as a city to redistrict our 6 council districts on the second year following a census. This is done, the census, of course, took place in 2020, so we are required to redistrict our 6 council districts by the end of the year. This was done after taking into account that county was required to re-precinct all of the voting precincts by the end of 2021, and that is part of what guides our redistricting because we are not encouraged to split precincts or do anything like that. And the county did make some significant changes in the precincts as part of their re-precincting. For example, Fairfield went from having 36 voting precincts down to 27. So the proposed map that you have in front of you is as close to the existing districts as we could get without splitting precincts and keeping the population variation under 5%, the population deviation under 5%. These districts will be in place for next year's 2023 municipal elections, and I can answer any questions anyone has.
Any questions from the council?
I just wanted to say that having worked on this particular thing in the past, it's not an easy project. And so kudos to the mayor and to the city clerk and you, Jackie, for going through this, because I know there, not only is it that, but you have other factors that you have to take into consideration in city council districts. So we can't gerrymander like the federal does. So I want to thank you for all your hard work. I know my district's changed quite a bit. I think Lawrence has changed quite a bit. I don't know about the other ones, but I'll look forward to representing my new constituents and hopefully do a great job for them as well.
I had a quick question, if you would. The population 5%, is that a state statute that's required, the deviation?
The state statute, it doesn't give a percentage in state law, but you're required to get the population as close as possible, and 5% is a good guiding post to have a deviation under 5%.
Thank you.
I have a question. How soon will detailed maps be available?
We have detailed maps, if you would actually like that. In between now and next meeting, we have some bigger maps that show some more street names and can give you some additional information.
Thank you so much. I gotta know where I'm walking.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Are there any questions from the public on ordinance 2233?
Right.
There being none, Madam Clerk?
Clinker.
Aye.
Nargi.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Reynolds. Hessian Weiss.
Aye.
Allersmeyer.
Aye.
Weiss Williamson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 7-0 on first reading.
Well, we have no resolutions. Are there any reports of standing committees? Reports of special committees? Reports by the mayor?
No, sir.
Thank you. On the miscellaneous and new business, we will need to set a public hearing for the 2023 Lafayette City budget and the 2023 GLPTC budget on Thursday, October 6th at 5 p.m. Mr. Clinker,
So moved.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Under reports of councilmen,
Mr. President, I want to thank the mayor and the city clerk and city attorney for filling in for me last month. I had some ladies come from Hoosier State, and unfortunately that day I got COVID, so I was unable to be here. And I knew they were nervous to begin with, so me not being here was probably not an easy thing for them. But I watched it back on the video, and you were all so extremely kind to them. And I want to thank you for making them feel good, because they are our future. So thank you for everything that you did for them.
I want to see some of them run.
I know,
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
they were good.
Okay, under reports of councilmen, we have the council appointment for the Fire Merit Commission for Jim Guthrie to fill John Hank's position.
Right. I guess this is really under your
Yeah.
area, but I just wanted to say we're bringing forth the name of Jim Guthrie. I think most of you probably know Jim. He's been in the community for a long time, has a business here. He served on many boards and most recently was instrumental in bringing Ivy Tech and the YMCA together for the Intersection Connection project out there. So I've spoken with him. He is interested in serving. He said he'd be honored to serve. He is currently on one of the Ivy Tech boards and the Community Foundation board too, but looking at the times that people meet, he feels like he could could do it, and I think he'd bring a good perspective to the board, so we're bringing his name forth to the council. It's your appointment to confirm him to the Fire Merit Board.
Need a motion, or we go, okay, motion to have Mr. Guthrie join us, the merit board there for the fire commission.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there any public comment? The complaint department is open. There being none, Mr. Kalinka,
Move for adjournment.
Second?
all in favor say bye.
Bye. Bye.
I knew it. I had it at one
I said
point,
folks, just in case we knew what we were gonna do.
Passed last month.
and now, then I lost it.
I know, it's a community block grant, housing consortium. Actually,
How are you, sir?
Quality.
Look good, yeah, good.
But yeah, I can't tell from here, but it looks like I have some of it, some of it Leah, maybe some of it over here.
Budget's done.
Because this is 9th Street, right? Yeah.
I used to have that.
Well, I used to have this.
Yeah.
And that's
Ready to
gone.
vote. Sit down.
And originally I had this, and now that's gone.
What happened